Brad Jacobson back with another edition of Off the Couch. And we have a special edition today that we're going to be doing over the next couple of weeks here, which is where we sit down with all the candidates and we have just a fun conversation. This isn't political, this is more personal. So today I have Suzanne Hadley. Suzanne, hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. It's a beautiful day. The sun's out. Let's roll.
Well, Manhattan Beach Toyota's been nice enough to give us this lovely Toyota Camry.
Oh, I love this.
How long have you been in Manhattan Beach?
I've lived in Manhattan Beach 23 years. We moved here from the East Coast. I grew up in Wisconsin, small town, 5,000 people.
Where at? What's
the town's Lake Geneva. It's in the southeastern corner. I graduated from Badger High School.
Badger High School. That is a Wisconsin name.
Yes.
Badger High School.
It's a great small town to grow up in. I worked at Dairy Queen, Hallmark, McDonald's. I babysat a ton, and I waitressed my way through college. It's a resort town on a beautiful lake. My parents still live there. I'm back there a couple times a year.
Okay.
Can't say I've missed the winter weather, especially this year,
right.
But I loved my small town roots and my Midwestern roots, and I'll always be a cheesehead at heart, I guess.
So how did you meet your husband?
I met my husband in Atlanta, actually.
Okay.
We were both working for the same bank. I'm a year older than David. We've been married 26 years. I love him very much. And we met down there. We played bridge, and we had lots of mutual friends. We did trivia nights, and we just had a really fun time being young and single, and then dating in Atlanta. Yeah.
Well, speaking of playing bridge and things like that, on weekends, when the family's all together, what's fun?
Our family's always had a tradition of what we call family movie night. So we used to be that David and I, we have 4 kids. They're 23, 21, 19, and 17 now. So I only have my 17-year-old at home for family movie night.
This close to empty, what is that,
Empty nester, yes, I can taste it. After almost 24 years of raising my kids.
Right.
So my 17-year-old gets to pick at least 1/3 of the movies now for our family movie night because she's the only child left at home.
Right.
But before that, David and I would pick a lot of them when they were younger because we had 1 boy, 3 girls. So you got to pick something that both genders like, and then they're spread out over 6 years. So you got to find something that kind of appeals to all of them. It gets challenging to make family time, but it's worth it. I'm gonna pull my older parent card. I'm sure with you and Kathleen and Bella, you're working hard to carve out and protect that family time.
Right.
And it really is important. It's a great insulator for kids from the social ills of social media and and Instagram and that kind of thing.
What is your favorite type of food?
One reason David married me is that I love to eat. I may not always look like
you love
it,
to cook it as well?
Oh yeah, I love to cook and
eat.
Absolutely, yes. I am the chef of the family. So yes, it's a joy, it's a passion, and all my kids and David are very appreciative eaters. So that's a huge blessing in a family to have people who like good food, but they're not critical and they don't nitpick. They'll eat pretty much anything.
Maybe they're not critical to your face.
Yeah, that could be.
David, I'm going to call you and get the breakdown. Songs get stuck in our heads all the time. What's the last song that got stuck in your head?
Oh my goodness, I'm a jingle kind of gal. So when I hear radio jingles, those are the earworms that get stuck in my head. If I go into Target and I hear the music, I'll be whistling along to one of those. But I'm also a whistler, so I pretty much am always just whistling. If I'm alone, always whistling something. But it doesn't have to be a song. It can be really any little stream of music that enters my life. One of my 4 kids whistles, and she and I enjoy it. But we have driven our family crazy. I grew up whistling, driving my original family crazy. Now I drive my kids and my husband crazy. So I try and save my whistling for when I'm alone in the car or alone at home.
I can just imagine driving somewhere and all of a sudden you just start whistling. What's going on here? All right, how about a restaurant? A restaurant doesn't have to be in Manhattan Beach, anywhere around the South Bay.
So we live near Sand Dune Park. We love to walk downtown, so we try and combine a little exercise with restaurants. So the Metlocks area is a big favorite for us. We love Fish Bar. We love Lido. We really try and eat local. We really try and support our local restaurants.
Sure. The very first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Your favorite book of all time.
My favorite, Cry the Beloved Country by Alan Patton.
Something everyone should read.
Yes, it's a difficult
fiction?
read. Yes, it's realistic fiction.
Okay.
It's written by a South African about apartheid in South Africa. It's heartbreaking, but it has love, it has romance, it has betrayal, it has racism, it has forgiveness, redemption.
If you were stranded on a desert island and you were either stuck with someone who just continues to talk, never stops talking, or be alone, which would you choose?
I would choose to be alone.
How come? I'm right there with you, but
I like my own company. I grew up in a big family. There were 4 of us. I'm one of 4 girls before my parents were divorced, and I had 3 stepkids. So we grew up in a really big, noisy, loud family, which I loved.
Right.
But one thing, I always shared a room. I went to college, always had roommates. And then I moved to my first job in Atlanta when I met my husband. That was the first and only time I had lived alone. And I do enjoy my own company. I do enjoy doing things on my own. I enjoy reading. I enjoy doing Sudoku, crossword puzzles.
Right.
I used to do...
You kind of come across as a nerd.
I am a nerd. Yes, I am a nerd. I
just
cop
want
to
to put that out there.
My husband and my kids can definitely say that
I like
their
it.
mom
It's
is a
good
nerd.
thing. So, who are your parents? Give us a little brief explanation of who your parents were.
My dad is currently on hospice, God bless him, but he's a former Marine veteran and a naval aviator, and he was a 30-year captain for United Airlines. He was an airline pilot. So my family moved around a lot when I was younger. My mom was a great military spouse and just a wonderful stay-at-home mom of us 4 kids. They did split up pretty acrimoniously when I was in middle school. I'm not going to lie, that was a little tough.
Sure.
And then my mom married my stepdad, who really is just a wonderful blessing in my life. And it really was a blessing to grow up in a small town in Wisconsin and have these 2 wonderful male influences. And my mom and my stepdad are still alive and healthy and hearty. My dad is in San Jose. He's on hospice. He is failing. He has dementia with Lewy bodies, which
Oh my God.
I don't wish on anybody, but he gave us a great life.
If you could just magically change one thing about Manhattan Beach, what would it be?
I think it would be to preserve our local control. I do feel like California is changing, and I feel like Sacramento's changing, and it seems a shame to me. Like, our country was founded on self-government, and part of the reason that we moved to Manhattan Beach was, local independent school district, local city council, AYSO, Little League, the beach, quality of life. But I do feel like there are more mandates coming down from Sacramento, and it's sometimes I feel like Sacramento would like to be the city council for all the towns up and down the state. And that kind of bums me out, because I think that we're smart enough and compassionate enough and foresighted enough here in town to run our own affairs.
Sure. How about an unhealthy food that you just love?
Frango mints are my passion.
Frango mints.
Yes, they're from the former Marshall Field department store in Chicago, Illinois. It's now owned by Macy's.
So can you still get these?
Oh yes, mail order. Yes, and Frango mints. If you're from the Midwest, they really are kind of legendary. It's kind of the See's candies of the Midwest.
Okay, I gotcha. So David, I don't know if you're going to watch this before Valentine's Day, which is coming up next week.
Yes, my mom sends me a box every Christmas, so I still have some left, but
I like it.
They're dwindling fast.
You still have some left from
Christmas.
You have excellent self-control. I get a box of chocolate, it's done. Did your kids go through it sounds like they went through the Manhattan Beach School District.
So all 4 of our kids went to Grandview, and then we started, doing the drive with neighborhood carpools, which is, a rite of passage, over to MBMS. And then all 4 of our kids have attended Miracosta. My youngest, I think the only candidate with a child still in the school. So our youngest daughter, Faith, is 17, and she's a senior at Miracosta.
Oh, very good. Well, Susan, thank you so much for joining us off the couch, as you can tell, not on the couch. We're going to, like I said, we've sent out this invitation to all the candidates, so we're going to be showing these throughout the next month to give you a better idea of what they're like personality-wise. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brad. Take care.